What did you do personally?
That's a good question. Let's do it. All right, let's do it.
How did you personally deal with grief?
That's a good question. Because oftentimes I give you clinical answers, not necessarily personal answers. So here's what I can say. When I lost my father, August 22nd, 2008, I was young. I was in my mid-20s. And I didn't understand what grief really looked like. And my family, not to say that they fell apart, but I became very aware that the role that my father had, which was kind of being the strong person in the family, was transferred to me. And so I was 26 sitting at the table of the funeral home trying to make arrangements, trying to figure out, is this the type of casket he would want? Are these the flowers? And my mother was there and my sister was there and they were there, but I was very aware that this was going to be my task. So here's what I can tell you from personal experience. When I say that you grieve at your own time, it's because I did it. So when my father passed away, I really wanted to celebrate all of the holidays. My family, however, was not in a space to do that because they were more so in that depression stage of grief. I can look back now and say I was probably in a denial state, and so I wasn't ready to deal with my stuff. So what I ended up doing was kind of forcing everybody to celebrate, and they chose to do it because I was the youngest. But then here's what happened. That next year, grief hit me. And so my family was ready to celebrate and have all the things that we would normally do, and I wasn't. And I wasn't because I was now in that depressive stage of grief. And here's the mistake that I made. I never told them that that's where I was. And so because of that, they couldn't figure out why I didn't want to do stuff. They couldn't figure out why I wasn't happy, why my memories were more painful than happy, because now I was starting my journey. If there's any part that I would take back, I would have told them then that I wasn't okay. And I can say this though, I would not be Dr. Christian had my father not passed when he did, because it forced me to get my own help, which then taught me that my true calling in life was to be a healer. Then it taught me that my other calling in life was to teach other people how to be a healer. So in God's own way, me not dealing with my stuff forced me to deal with my stuff, which then told me to make sure other people don't do that and make that same mistake.